closely related to our agricultural production and are also an important part of our ecological environment. Some weeds severely affect crop growth and cause difficulties for land and water transportation and industrial development. Some weeds, however, can be used as feed for cattle, sheep, and other livestock, and as green manure crops. Below, we will learn about the harmful and beneficial aspects of weeds. 1. Harm caused by weeds includes the following aspects. First, weeds compete with crops for growth resources. Weeds have well-developed root systems with strong ability to absorb water and nutrients from soil, exceeding crop growth consumption. Weed plant height often exceeds that of crops, affecting crop photosynthesis and limiting crop growth. Wild oat consumes 1.5 times more water than wheat and absorbs 2.1 times more nutrients than wheat. Goosefoot has a transpiration coefficient of 912, while wheat is 513. Some parasitic plants, such as dodder, directly absorb water and nutrients from plant bodies. Twining weeds, such as morning glory and Japanese hops, can partially or completely cover crops, blocking light and wind, causing poor field ventilation and light transmission, disrupting crop growth. Second, weeds also spread pests and diseases. Weeds serve as intermediate hosts and habitats for many pests. Pathogens and pests can overwinter on weeds and transfer to crops the following spring to cause damage. For example, goosegrass and Japanese foxtail are intermediate hosts for plant hoppers. Green foxtail is an intermediate host for rice bacterial brown spot disease. Weeds also threaten human and livestock health. Some weeds contain toxic substances. For example, seeds of darnel, a wheat-field weed, contain tannulin. Accidental ingestion can cause acute poisoning, resulting in vomiting, diarrhea, coma, convulsions, etc. Common ragweed during flowering produces large amounts of pollen that can cause allergic asthma and dermatitis in some people, triggering hay fever disease. Meanwhile, weeds increase labor and production costs. For crops heavily infested with weeds, during harvest, whether mechanical or manual harvesting, harvest progress will be affected. Control also increases costs and waste. Water channels and waterways with abundant aquatic weeds such as water hyacinth and alligator weed will affect farmland irrigation and water transportation. According to United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization statistics, worldwide crop losses before harvest due to diseases, pests, and weeds are 30% to 35%, of which weed damage accounts for about 10%. According to 2022 United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization calculations, under normal circumstances, weed damage losses are approximately 11%. In recent years, farmland weed occurrence and damage in China have become increasingly severe. Experts estimate their damage losses will be no less than this value. Weeds also play important roles in ecosystems and human life. They are not only harmful to agricultural production, but also demonstrate beneficial and important aspects in multiple areas. 1. Water and soil conservation, windbreak, and sand fixation functions. Weeds are widely distributed on Earth, such as roadsides, hillsides, and wastelands. This plays an important role in water and soil conservation. Additionally, in absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, they also have considerable importance. Some weeds can also accumulate and remove heavy metal ions from the environment. For example, duckweed has the ability to accumulate cadmium too. Weeds are important source plants for traditional Chinese medicine, accounting for 1/3 to 1/4 of traditional Chinese medicine species. For example, purple nutsedge is a digestive and stomach nourishing medicine. Field thistle is the main source of hemocoagulase. 3. Weeds also provide beneficial organisms with food and shelter, beneficial for farmland biological control. 4. In breeding, weeds have stress resistance and rich genetic variation characteristics. Their excellent genes for insect resistance and herbicide resistance can be utilized to improve crops. 5. Weeds also have other practical uses. For example, shepherd's purse, common purslane, dandelion, etc. are all edible. Crabgrass, wild oat, alligator weed are all high-quality green feed for cattle, sheep, pigs, and other livestock. Barnyard grass seeds can be used for brewing alcohol. Bermuda grass and zoysia grass can be used as landscape lawns. Through studying this lesson, students are asked to review literature after class and summarize what severe weed damage has occurred in China in the past decade.